It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Welcome back from Thanksgiving. Let's take a look at what's coming up as we complete this wonderful, fabulous journey together. This is where our semester ends on the 19th. You are coming back from Thanksgiving break on Monday, November 29th. On Tuesday, you need to submit that final argument essay. Now, is your hair on fire? Do you realize, oh my goodness, I was out of town for Thanksgiving break. I don't quite have that essay ready. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? You know, we are not going to panic about this. If you need to take until Thursday to turn in that argument essay, that's fine by me. The important thing is that that be a polished, wonderful essay experience where we can clearly see everything that you needed to demonstrate. So please do not come back from Thanksgiving break and think, oh my goodness, I can't do this, I'm all overwhelmed. You can go ahead and take a couple of extra days, but that's it, because we have to move on from there to the most wonderful assignment that is so much fun, more fun than you deserve. But we're going to have a wonderful time doing this. The proposal for that final essay is due on the 7th. So you've got your work cut out for you from Monday, getting that final essay turned in either Tuesday or taking until Thursday. Then you're going to need the rest of this time to work on the proposal for this final essay. That is the creative narrative essay, the proposal for which is due on the 7th. Now, you will have the rest of this time to work on that fabulous final essay, which is due on the 18th. I cannot extend that date beyond the 18th because the semester ends on the 19th. I have to have my grades posted on Monday. So I will be all day grading on the 19th, and it takes me a long time to grade these essays because you put your heart and soul into it, and I want to make sure that I honor your essay. So that's all that we have that's coming up. Finishing up that argument essay somewhere in here, and getting the proposal for the final essay turned in here, and not a minute later, because I have to grade the proposal so you know if you're headed in the right direction. Then you have the rest of this week to polish up that fabulous final essay and have the final product turned in on the 18th. I'll grade it on the 19th. I'll post something wee hours of the morning on Monday the 20th, showing you your final grade in the course, giving you time on Monday to see if there's anything incorrect in the grade center or anything else, although I will have given you the grade center long before. But the 20th will be our last opportunity to look things over, make sure everything's correct, and I will turn everything in at 8 p.m. on Monday the 20th, and I'll submit your grades to the district. Isn't this wonderful? You just have the three things to do in December. Finish that argument essay, get your proposal in, write the most wonderful creative essay of your life. Let's take a look at it in the modules. Once again, I'm going to start at the top and methodically scroll down to where we are so that you aren't lost in the course wondering how in the world did we just get there. Now remember, the midterm exam is due by the 1st. You've probably already submitted that, but if you haven't, make sure that that is turned in by the 1st of December. Now let's scroll on down here where we're going, and we're going down to the argument essay. You've studied all of the information, and you're going to turn in that essay, the final essay, right here on November the 30th. Or take a couple of 48 hours if you need it to make sure that this is done well. If you chose option B, down here, dinner party, that also is due on the 30th. If you need an extra 48 hours, take it. I'm fine with that. Just make sure you get it polished and turned in. I'm not a big stickler on this one. I'd rather have you do it beautifully and submitted than try to rush it and get something turned in. Then we move down into the final situation for the course. Just 2 modules left, and that is critical. It's narrative, wonderful writing. And there's this little overgrid. You're going to want to make sure you see this. It's a little tutorial that shows you what's expected for this particular essay. Now, there's a temptation that I understand people have had, where the idea is I'm just going to throw something down because I can do this one at the last minute. You just can't. As you know by now, I have organized everything so that I can measure whether or not you studied an assignment. So you can absolutely do this. And yes, you will need to choose one of the images contained here and follow the instructions to the letter. And I have tutorials for every step of the way. There aren't that many, are there? When you think about it. And then your proposal is due on the 7th. It needs to be turned in on the 7th so that I can grade it and make sure you are on the right track. Then you move on to the final creative essay, and that is some tutorials, images again there, creative essay writing overview in the first step, another way to approach the step-by-step process, and then your creative page, just like we did back there in the Save the. Whenever you're studying, whenever you're creating, whenever you're writing, you want to just open this page so that the time you're spending is registered in the course. Very important that we be able to demonstrate how much time you spent studying the course. This page will just simply be opened while you are studying or creating. There are your format requirements. Your final draft takes you step by step. Your final exam, the final essay with all of the components in one document is due on the 18th. And then you're done! And all you have for this week is, for discussion boards, is the Cyber Cafe, your weekly login, saying how excited you are to get your things turned in and whatever you're working on and so forth, and your final topic. And this is where you will discuss your final exam topic. There are the instructions in here when you click on this, and you'll make sure that you post that regularly these last 2 weeks. It's exciting, folks. As always, structure your time. Make sure that you have time set aside to study, follow all of the instructions, and enjoy these last few weeks of the semester. It's the light at the end of the tunnel.